Yeah, it was. I thought in the beginning it was going to be very difficult to talk about Philip and Mary in terms of what we should talk about. So it was a really smart idea to come up with, what are your values? What are the values that you think are going to lead you into the next phase? Okay, so as you heard, it was patience, trust, and passion. And passion, I'll leave that to the end. Philip and I have laughed about that. I'm not supposed to go in that direction. These three words, patience, trust, and passion, were probably not the only ones that you talked about. There were probably lots of them. But just imagine you have an opportunity to decide between the two of you what are going to be the groundstone or the building blocks for your relationship. And a lot of this, it will change in the coming years as you experience joy and maybe disappointments or challenges. Those new words that you'll come up with, they will build upon the three that you've just chosen. But they're really good building stones. Patience, trust, and passion. So both Philip and Mary have had to be very patient with each other as they experienced one thing after another since they started dating. And any one of them could have been the downfall of a relationship. Long distance relationships are not easy, and you two did it with grace. Ill health, also you have to rely on the other person to be there for you. Traveling together, oh my God, there are so many stories of people not making it because they can't travel. They do not know how to do it. Having Thanksgiving with family, another stress builder. And you guys have handled it so well in the past year. But you waded through all of the darkness to a level of appreciation for each other that brings us to today. The bonds of matrimony are like any other bonds. They mature slowly. All right. I asked Philip what trust meant to him because that was a hard one. When you look on Google, if you're going to Google it, it's always, can you trust your partner? And I thought, I don't want to go there. But his reply was, I want Mary to know that when I say something, she can trust that I'm going to do it. I thought, wow, that's the most basic and simple definition of trust. I say something and she can trust I'm going to do it. Well, Philip and Mary, you'll make mistakes and your trust will be challenged. So let forgiveness and tolerance be the touchstone of your trust. Abe Lincoln said, I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing it until the end. Trust in each other's efforts and good intentions, and create an environment where communication is free of ridicule, sarcasm, or other hurtful means. The third value was passion. Now, from what I know of Philip and Mary, they have passion in spades. They have passion for their work, passion for discovering and experiencing together with each other, supporting each other's passions. Philip is passionate about biking, and when he was in Denmark and Mary was a good sport, she was not a great bicyclist, but she went out there. She fell off her bike, and Philip said, yes, you can do it. She said, yeah, I can do it. So she was there. She shared in his passion. They are passionate readers and are often reading passages out loud to each other as they discover them. And Philip supports Mary's passion for theater. The list goes on. Cultivating your passions will help sustain you in years. So, we would like to start with anybody has readings that they would like to contribute. Part of what Mary and Philip wanted was if there was anybody that felt that there was a special reading that they would like to share. And we'd like to start with the father of the bride. Do you have anything?
I've got a poem. It's called Altruism. By the way, I thought what both of you said was just... Wonderful. This is, it's called Altruism. It's by Molly Peacock, who is an American-Canadian, which I thought was partially. What if we got outside ourselves and there really was an outside out there? Not just our insides turned inside out. What if there really were a you beyond me? Not just the waves off my own fire, like those waves off the backyard grill you can see the next yard through, though not well. just enough to know that often the right belongs to someone else, not you. What if, when we said, I love you, there were a you to love, as there is a yard beyond to walk past the grill and get to? To endure the endless walk through the self, knowing through a bond that has no basis, for ourselves are all we know, is altruism. Not giving, but coming to know someone is there through the wavy vision of the self's heat. Love become a decision.
The father of the groom.
I have a little bit more. There's a silly story here. So I had this saying, brain first and then hard work. And that stems from actually Winnie the Pooh. And Philip had that story on his computer screen, and I have used it. I discovered it when I was 25 or so. And I've used it since then a few times. So I'm gonna tell the background for this story. So this is this horrible day when it's snowing and it's cold, and he has lost his house. He can't find his house. So Christopher Robin and they go out and look for it. And there they find Piglet and Pooh. Christopher Robin here, he says, well, why, what's the matter? And then Pooh answers, well, said Pooh, the fact is, said Pooh, said Pooh, you see, said Pooh, it's like this, said Pooh. Something seemed to tell him that he wasn't explaining very well, and he nudged Piglet again. It's like this, said Piglet quietly, only warmer. He added after a deep thought, what's warmer? Oh, the other side of the wood, where Ear's house is. My house, said Ear. My house is right here. No, said Piglet. The other side of the wood. Because of being warmer, said Pooh. But I ought to know where my house is. Come and look, said Piglet simply, and he led the way. There wouldn't be two houses, said Pooh. Not so close together. They came around the corner, and there was Ear's house, looking as comfy as anything. There you are, said Piglet. Inside as well as outside, said Pooh proudly. Ear went inside and came out again. It's a remarkable thing, he said. It's my house, and I built it where I said I did. So the wind must have blown it here. And the wind blew right over the wood, and blew it down here, and here it is, all good as ever. In fact, better in many places. Much better, said Pooh and Piglet together. It just shows what can be done by taking a little trouble, said Ear. You see, Pooh, you see, Piglet, brains first and then hard work. Look at it. That's the way to build a house, said Ear proudly. So he did very nice work by placing his pile of wood at the correct place. Thank you.